Alright, what's up everybody? It's Mike Venus and I'm back. And I'm here on request of how my workflow is with the Launchpad Pro mk3 and the MPC Live or MPC 1X. It's all the same. It'll be the same setup. So basically, if anybody didn't know, the Launchpad Pro mk3 is a MIDI controller, okay? It only sends MIDI, right? Okay. I have this connected through USB. You will have to go into the menu and set it up the way you want it. So it will recognize it when you plug it in, but you will have to set that up to whoever, okay? And there's plenty of videos going into that. So I was asked, how do my workflow work with this, right? Now, everybody on my channel, mainly I've been focusing on the Akai Force because the Akai Force is basically this combined. A 64-pad grid layout so I can play chords. You know, I got chord mode. I can do the different notes. I got different scales on here that I can configure. A lot of different ways I can play this. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. So this has a few different advantages than the Force, but that's another video, and I'm not going to go all into that tonight. So basically, how is my workflow using the Launchpad Pro mk3 and the Akai Mpc Live2? It's great. It's basically what I do, right, to give you a demo. For each track I set up in here, I do the same thing. I use key groups, right? Key groups for all my one-shots. So like for my kick, right? Programs. Track 1 is my kick. Okay, and I'm gonna play it real quick so you can get it or hear it. Put mute on all the other things, right? Same way, I can set a scale for my overall project, and I can tune my kick according to the thing. I got this set up to a 2-pattern, so a 4-bar loop, right? Each track has 8 patterns. Basically, you can go crazy with this, right? Default is set to 2 bars, 32 steps, 1/16, 2 bars, right? But if you go all the way to the left, right, that stretches out to 8 bars. 4 bars, 2 bars, 1 bar. Okay? So you can set these to your different patterns accordingly. So it can get really very fancy. And then you got your micro steps. So for each step, if I want to add ratchets, I can, right? You can do mutation, meaning like you set how much mutation per step. So it's almost like kind of like the octave track, right? Where you can set certain parameters to a certain step to change it up. But I ain't gonna really fool with this. Then you got probability, meaning you can affect, how much the possibility of this note or this particular, MIDI note will play or not play. And then you got velocity, right? You can change it up, so like, however you want to do that, right? And then, like I said, and you can configure it from a drum pad mode, which I'll advise that you go into the actual program, go to edit pad note mode, and pick chromatic C1, so that whatever you play on here will be in conjunction with the MPC. You know what I'm saying? If not, it's gonna be crazy, right? Right. You got that. Like I said, I had everything in scale, and then you got chromatic mode where you get 2-octave keyboard. So however you want to do it, you can do it, right? This is polyphonic, So for each step, you can put up to 8 notes. I know the one guy who asked, he got a circuit rhythm. Bruh, if you can, I'm just saying personally, I wouldn't have purchased it because it's a monophonic sampler, meaning you can't have no more than one note per track on a step. So unless you contend with that, hey, more power to you. But this is the advantage of having the MPC, because you can literally have as many notes as you want based off of the program. You just got to do your research. So basically, first track is the kick. Second track is the snare. Right? Third track is the hats. You can program ratchets in this too. The little like note thing, right? And then on my fourth track, I got bass notes, and I programmed them. So yeah, you can get the glides using this. So tracks 1 through 4, I got my 808, kick, snare, hat. Typical sounds you have in drill. I will program them on this with the 4 tracks. And then for my chords and note mode is connected. I'll set it to a different channel. So this would be like channel 5, because I only got like 5 tracks on this, just to keep it simple for the demo. Track 5, basically what I did, I created, I used chords, right? Or I created some chords from the scale, put it in the chord bank, I played them, and then I layered it with an arpeggiated pluck sound, and then I flattened it to create a sample, and then I chopped that up into 4 equal parts. Hold on. Oh, I got the halftime on. Turn the halftime off. Sound design that, played a little pattern. Let's hear what that sound like. Right. Right. And there you go. So I could do the same thing with the force like I would do with this. It's quite simple. Basically, I would say know what style of music you're going to do. Know your patterns. Because like I said, there's no differentiation between what I just played on here and what I'll play on the force. Okay? there's really no differentiation. It's the same thing. You know, you got the pad, got the hat, snare, the kick, and the bass. Right? Right? And then I set the cue links, certain things, you know, some effects on there, and I can just perform. You know what I'm saying? So you could do this on the 1, you can do this is the Live 2, you can do it on the X, you can do it on the Force. So if that answers your question, that is basically how I will use the Launchpad Pro, Mach 3, and the MPC. Same way I'll build a track on the Force is the same way I'll do this combination right here. So hopefully this was somewhat educational. Until the next time, y'all be blessed. Mike out.